Hi everybody, it's Audrey. Thanks for coming to my channel today. I am going to be sharing a page that I made with the July kit from Hip Kit Club, and it features lots of bright colors, lots of fun black and white patterns as well. And I'm using a photo of my son being a daredevil at the playground and jumping off the really high balance beam, and I'm also basing my layout on this the sketch for this week. Well, actually, what week is it? I'm doing this video later than the week than this sketch was, so it was like the third or fourth week in July. Anyway, the sketch had these large kind of like arrows pointing to the photo. And I thought that because this was a page about my son, that I would go with some really kind of boyish masculine colors. So I am just kind of fussy cutting out, well, not even fussy cutting, hand cutting out some pointy arrow shapes. I did use the this black and white pattern paper. I kind of used the way the shapes were arranged there as a guide to kind of guide myself to as to how to create these arrows so that they were a little bit, excuse me, straight and not too wonky. And then I just used those and held them up to the blue paper and cut more shapes. So I love this piece of background paper. This is from the Savannah Dreams collection, which was designed by Kim Watson, and it is in this month's kit. And I'm going to try to tone down the pink over there on the left and just kind of use those blue splotches on the right. I'm sorry, the pink is on the right. The blue is on the left. And I'm going to add a little bit more color, something besides the pink. So once that dries, that was just white gesso. I am using the Pink Fresh watercolors that come in the color kit this month. And this is really orange. It is a very pigmented watercolor. So, and then when you tone it down with water, it becomes much lighter. But I kind of liked the dark orange, so I'm going to go through with my brush. I'm just using a cheapy old 1-inch paintbrush here. I wanted kind of to have like the look of the strokes and then some drips as well. Just kind of a real messy, watery thing, and I'm just loading on the water. And when you have the gesso in the background, it allows you to kind of soak up a little bit afterwards if, you know, while you're working, if it's, you know, a little too much or whatever. So I let that dry a little bit, and because I had all the orange over to the right and just the blue on the left, I decided to kind of add some orange splatters down the blue area. And then I went to go add some black splatters, and my page wasn't dry yet, and so it kind of got smeared a little bit, but I quickly soaked it up, trying to make it, to prevent it from making it look more messy. But the black with the orange kind of makes it look grungy, but I guess it's okay because whatever, it's a boy page, it all works out. So I like the way the black dots dry once they are dry. And so now I'm going to continue with my design. You'll notice in the bottom left, I did add another piece of that blue, just because I felt the blue that was already on the background paper, those kind of painted on paint stripes in blue, they were not the same color as the blue arrows I was using, so I needed to bring that blue to the left, so I just used a little piece of scrap there. Now I considered here for a minute fussy cutting out some of these diamond shapes, so I am going to cut one out and see what it looks like. This pattern, by the way, this diamond pattern, really reminds me of a quilting pattern, kind of like an Aztec print pattern. It's on my Pinterest board of quilts to make, and I love that pattern. So I put that there, and I'm not loving it. I think it's a little too distracting. So I'm going to go search through the other things I have in the kit, and I thought that these little wood grain bits, or the wood veneer bits, worked really well for a kind of a boyish page. And some of the acrylic shapes, there's some acrylic stars and hearts, and they are those same colors of orange and blue. And what else? I'm going to take out some of my ephemera here. I mean, I'm using pretty much something from every single kit this month. The color kit, the embellishment add-on, the project life add-on, what else? The color add-on, so a little bit of everything. And I'm going to search for a little label to put my date on, and a couple other little fun tags with just some phrases and sayings. This little tray, I get asked this all the time about this little tray. I got this little tray at the dollar store. It's amazing what you can find at the dollar store sometimes, and you just stumble across something and say, hey, I could use that. So I love this little tray because I kind of separate my die cuts into things that I'm definitely not going to use, and then things I might use, and then I can put them back in the package, the pile that I definitely am not going to use. So I'm going to put those wood veneers on the top and the bottom. I don't like how the wood veneer is covering up two ends of the photo. I would rather just have a little bit of the photo. I don't like things covering up my photo too much, so I am going to move that one on the bottom. But I do want to kind of create a visual triangle with the wood veneer as well, so I'm going to rearrange them here. And then actually I'm not sure if this is the embellishment kit or the main kit, these little puffy stickers. There's hearts and flowers and stars. I added a couple black stars there to pick up on the black in the kind of arrow chevron paper. And I love the way that scripty hello works with the kind of grungy paint on the side. I don't know, because you just have this really pretty kind of script font against the grunge, and I just like that contrast. So the word awesome is one of the rub-ons that come in the kit. I know some people were having problems with the rub-ons. These black ones worked okay for me, but I could tell that the white ones looked like they were going to cause some trouble, so I didn't bother with the white ones. I wasn't going to use them on this page anyway, but yeah, the black ones worked okay. I also found that I just took this piece of washi tape. This washi tape is exclusive. I think it's exclusive with the kit this month. And the stars, they were a perfect match. And how about this? This little circle wood veneer with the star in it. The shape of the star was exactly the shape of the star in the washi tape, which I'm pretty sure it was designed that way. So I put it right over the washi tape, and I really like how that looks. And that helps me, I think, create my visual triangle. So now I'm just using a, a popsicle stick to do my rub on here. And it worked fine for me. I just really gave it a really good rub. The other thing is I didn't have anything underneath, like I wasn't rubbing on, there wasn't gesso in that area. So I wasn't rubbing over anything, it was just right on the paper. So I don't know, maybe that made a difference too. I forgot to mention, I just used a couple 3x5, or not 3x5, 3x4 cards from the Project Life kit to put behind my photo. I kind of picked up on that other shade of blue that's on the background paper, put that behind the photo. And I used some staples, my tiny attacher to staple the wood veneer on the top of the photo. I really like, again, for like a boy masculine page, using stuff like wood veneer and metal elements. I don't know, because it just screams masculine to me. So, huge boo-boo here, huge. I was trying to tone down the orange a little bit, and a couple of those black dots were not completely dry. I just wanted to dab it on just to make the orange, less orange, and it is a disaster. It looked good. I tried to fix something that didn't need to be fixed, and now it looks terrible, smeared. So I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to try to work out something else with it. In the meantime, I am just kind of doing my little embellishment clusters here. You can see I put a little wood veneer down to the bottom left and a little epoxy circle sticker. And I'm going to dry this off and try again, and maybe I can do something else with it, but I was so upset that I ruined it. So I'm already thinking of a plan B. And my plan B is I have got to cover that up somehow, because it just looks terrible. So instead, what I'm going to do is rip off a piece of this black and white paper and tear it, and then I'm going to make all of the arrows blue instead of alternating the black and white arrows with the blue arrows. So it wasn't my initial plan. I do like how it turns out. Actually, I kind of like how it turns out better than what I had, so I guess this was a happy accident. I wasn't happy when I did it, let me tell you. I was not happy with myself. I was so mad. So anyway, I'm going to do these all here, and it doesn't look too bad. I like that. And it brings in a little bit more blue too, and helps, I think, draw your eye. The consistent shape of the blue arrows helps draw your eye to the photo more. So at this point, because I was so, I don't know, I was frustrated with my mistake, I'm just like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down, and that's it, I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done with this page. So I'm going to glue this strip on, cover up that bad boo-boo, and then glue these other blue strips on. So rough up that edge a little bit. So that, like, these are all like very, I think, simple techniques you can do to make kind of a boyish page, is rough torn edges and like grungy paint look, and you know, of course, different shades of blue, especially blue and orange or blue and yellow. That's a good boy combo. So I try to make that black and white strip kind of blend in a little bit more by splattering it with some more orange mist and some black mist. And you can still kind of see some of the spots where I smear. But you know what? When you look at this layout, if you didn't watch this process video and just saw the layout, you probably would never know that that was, you know, a mistake up there, or that area was a mess, but it was. So then I went through and stitched over these arrows just to kind of give them a little bit more interest. And I just did that with some black thread a couple times. And again, that's another, I think the black thread blends itself well to boy pages too. And I'm going to rough up the edges of these triangles just with my finger. I should have done it before I stitched them down, but oh well. And I think I'm just gonna glue my photo down and put my title, and not too much more, I don't think. I do go back and add some journaling, and I rearrange the stars a teeny tiny bit, and I put my date on the top. The acrylic stars I'm just gluing down with liquid adhesive, and that about does it. So despite my mess, I really like how this came out. Oh, I added one other circle sticker there on the right behind the photo. I just wanted another circular element in there. So you can see the staples there, and the wood veneer, and epoxy stickers. And look at how perfect that wood veneer fits over that star. It's a perfect match on that washi tape. More staples in wood and some black and white. And there it is. So thank you so much for stopping by today. I will have some more videos coming up soon with the July kit. So thanks for watching, and stay scrappy, friends. See you soon.